Hey ladies, and thanks for joining me on this Facebook Live Friday just before the Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. Ladies, I'm excited to be with you here today to share with you some radical new thinking. There is a major shift going on in business. Whether you are an entrepreneur that's been, shaping your craft for a few years, or whether you are an established professional, a lawyer, an accountant, an engineer, someone in the professional realm, I want to share with you a real shift that's happening right now for a lot of rising stars, a lot of the big business executives and business leaders, a shift that they are adopting that I want you to be aware of and what a difference it can make in your own results and success. So ladies, as you are piling on, please post a hello in the comments below and let me know where you are joining from. One of the things I love most about our Facebook Live feeds is getting to know you better and seeing you engage in the conversation. So today is no different. Jump in, don't be invisible, and please engage in today's conversation because it's going to be a hot topic. And one caveat, if I start getting on a bit of a rant, I apologize because I am so lit up, so passionate about what I am sharing with you today. So today's topic, this radical shift that I'm talking about, is a whole new way of thinking in your life and in your career and in your business. It pervades every area of your life. And here's the old thinking that you may be used to. And as you're joining me and I'm explaining this, hey Sarah, thanks for being here. Morning, coming to you live from Calgary. Yeah, oh, and it's your first day of your NLP course. Awesome. Thanks for joining us and making time. So here's the old thinking that you may be familiar with. Try this on. Let me know if this resonates with you. You know what? I'm just going to do it all on my own right now. I don't have the resources, so I'm going to bootstrap and try this on my own first, and then maybe I'll consider getting some support. Or you know what? I don't need any help. I can figure it out on my own, right? I'm a do-it-yourselfer. Or what's the thinking? The thinking is that, you know what, it's just easier if I do it on my own, right? That thinking that, you know what, forget it, it's easier if you just take it on your own shoulders. Does any of that resonate with you? Have you heard yourself speak those words or think that to yourself? I would love to know, for those of you here, thumbs up or a hearts if that resonates with you. And here's the thing. The psychology around that type of thinking, I'll just do it on my own, forget it, I'm a do-it-yourselfer, I'll bootstrap it, I'll make do. All of that thinking, the psychology behind it is that you have to do it all on your own, that you're not good enough. And here it's actually the real nugget of it, the core of it is this, that asking for help and getting support is a sign of weakness. That's the psychology behind it. That if we were to actually hire some help, and this could be any area of your life. This could be a massage therapist for weekly massages. It could be a housekeeper so that you've got weekly housekeeping. It could be a coach to help you navigate your business and career. It could be a marriage counselor to help you unravel some of the toxic things that are going on in your primary relationship. It could be help in any and every area of your life. But the psychology of, no, I'll just figure it out on my own, or I'll continue to struggle and hope that things work out. The core of that thinking is that getting support and help is a sign of weakness. Now, I want really for us to anchor into that. I want really for us to, and by us, I mean women of all stages, ages, and stripes. I don't care whether you are an emerging entrepreneur, whether you are a new lawyer that's just made partner. It doesn't matter. I want to flip the switch on this thinking from thinking that support is a sign of weakness to actually understanding that support actually accelerates and elevates your success. Can I get a hell's yeah on that? Truth bomb? I'm going to say it again. Support is not a sign of weakness. It is actually the fastest way forward. It elevates and accelerates your progress, success, income, impact, all of those things across the board. And this old thinking that, if we ask for help or we hire support, it means that we're not good enough is absolute crap. Or as the Irish say, as the Irish people say, shat. It is absolute shat. Natisha says, yes, thank you for being here, Natisha. Okay, so I want to go a little bit deeper with this thinking because it is such a, it's like a, okay, I hate this word, it's like a disease, but, and that's harsh. And maybe I'm being over dramatic because I'm passionate about this, but I want you to get this at such a level that you never go back. So here's some of the flawed thinking that supports that old way. Number one, some of the flawed thinking is that, you know, the idea that I'll just do it on my own because it's easier that way. Really, that is your ego claiming that no one else can do it better than you. And I know you are a tough cookie, you are incredibly intelligent and industrious, and you have done a lot, to your credit, on your own. But continuing to think this is only shooting yourself in the foot. It says that it requires, this thinking means that you continue to carry more of a burden that is yours to bear. And it claims that you are so awesome that you can be an expert in all areas. And as smart and as industrious as you are, that is not true. In fact, for you to get really good at what you are and leveraging your unique talents and really creating a meaningful impact requires that you focus only in your zone of genius. And by continuing to try to be an expert in all these other areas, like being your own marriage counselor, being your own personal trainer, being your own housekeeper, is just preventing you from truly making an impact that is only yours to make. So that's one of the flawed thinkings, that I'll just do it on my own is actually a strength. And it's not, it's a burden. Yes, it will take some patience and some time to bring people on board to create your success team and to learn how to work with them effectively. But that is a short-term effort for a much longer-term gain. So here's another one that I often hear from women when they are reluctant to get support. One of the other things they often tell me is, you know what, Heather, I can't hire someone to help me in this area because nobody really gets me. Nobody really gets me. Again, honestly, this, Jackie says, so true. Awesome. I'm glad you're here, Jackie. So have you ever, ladies that you're here, have you ever heard yourself say, you know what, nobody gets me. I can't hire someone because nobody understands my unique business or situation or obligations. Hi, Julianne. Thanks for being here. Here it is. Again, this is your ego claiming supremacy, that you are such a special unicorn that none of your problems have ever been seen before. And I get that you are special and unique in many ways, but here's something that's equally as true, is that what is personal is universal. I was sharing this last week at a live event that I was delivering. What is personal is universal. And our success comes down to a very small list of core issues. Things like people-pleasing, perfectionism, procrastination, apologizing for who we are and what we want, playing small. It's a very small list of issues that plague ambitious and talented individuals in their success. And thinking that your situation and your challenges are so unique that they've never been seen before is, again, your ego claiming supremacy. Sweetie, you are unique and special, but the faster you get support, the more you can create an impact in your unique way. Julianne says, hi, Heather, I'm 100% hiring an employee next spring. Ooh, next spring? Record screech. Why are you waiting, Julianne? Julianne, your business is on the verge of exploding. You have proven you can do what you are doing. Why would you wait until next spring to say yes to the next level? Okay, a little bit of tough love there. But ladies, I am so passionate about this topic. So getting back to, here's another, and you're going to love this, Julianne. Here's another piece of flawed for the busy season. Oh yes, calving is coming up. That's right. Okay. Actually, doesn't that reason make all the more sense to actually hire support now so that you can navigate this busy season knowing you have support? Anyway, I would challenge you on that. And here's other thinking that may be lurking in the backgrounds of your brain. Another piece of flawed thinking that supports this, I can't hire help or I can't get support, is this. It's the idea that, Heather, I can't afford it, or I'm not at that level yet. Thumbs up. Have you ever heard yourself say that? I can't afford it, or my business or my career isn't at that level yet that, makes it legitimate, makes it whatever, a good decision. Well, I'm going to challenge you. Is that really true? Is it true that you can't afford support? I have seen women at all financial levels find the financial resources they need for the things they truly want. We are creative individuals, and whether it is putting it on a credit card, asking, family members for a loan, calling in debts from other people we've loaned money to, or increasing our prices, whatever, selling off items that we no longer need. We are creative individuals, and we can always find the money we need for the things that we truly want. So I would challenge you, if that's an excuse you've been using to not hire support in your business or to not hire a coach to get to the next level in your career, I would challenge you. Is it really true that you can't afford it? Because flipping the switch means that you can't afford not to. If you have been beating your head against the wall, trying to get new clients, trying to create more profitability in your business, and I speak to a lot of lawyers where it is their obligation, particularly if they are a partner, to bring in a certain amount of new business every year. That's what their bonus hinges on. And if they have been struggling to get out in the marketplace, connect with their ideal client, and bring in clients, you cannot afford not to have support to figure this out. I've spoken to a lot of accountants and lawyers in that realm that for years they are kind of, sitting at this, current level, and they cannot break through that next level of bringing in business. How long are you going to sit in those doldrums before you actually get serious about your success and get support to go to the next level? Carissa, you're here as well. Awesome. Okay. The idea that you can't afford or that you're not at the level yet to invest in getting support. And as I say support, ladies, you can decide. We all know where we need support in our lives. It could be on the home front, it could be on the relationship front, it could be on the health front, or it could be in the business and career front. Viscerally where you need support. But when we're talking about actually investing in that support, I want you to know that investing in support, maybe it's hiring someone, we do this mental disservice to ourselves in thinking that by hiring that support, we're putting money into that person. But the truth of it really is that by investing in someone else to support us, to help us become more productive, more effective, more healthy, it's actually us investing in ourselves. It's not so much the money that we're outlaying for a housekeeper or a coach, as it is an act of investing in ourselves, our own health, sanity, impact, and income level. So don't shortchange yourself in thinking, I'm not worth having a weekly housekeeper or a regular coach and mentor. Know that it's not you giving money to those people. It is you investing in yourself. And real rock stars, real rising stars, business leaders, and the successful people we admire, they get that. It's not about hiring someone else. It's about investing in your potential. One of the other things on this whole financial piece that often we sabotage ourselves and play small and deny ourselves the support we really need to get to the next level is that we think we've got to have the money up front sitting in a trust fund or a savings account before we can ever press go. And that, there's a lot of financial realities. There can be vehicle repairs, unexpected things that come up, and there always will be. So the expectation that we're going to have, $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 in the bank that we need to invest in ourselves before we can say yes to that is another excuse that keeps us on the sidelines. The truth of it is that sometimes we have to make a leap of faith. We have to make that investment on credit or with a loan or from love money, as some people call it, because on the other side of that leap of faith is the capacity and the answer of how we're going to increase our income. On the other side of that investment is the solution we need to create the income. Hey, Patricia, Jenny, Amy, you are here. Awesome, ladies, as you're piling on. We're totally passionate today, and I'm sorry if this is a bit of a rant, but it is me calling to your higher self to say, stop the torture, stop the struggle and self-denial, and let's move on with what you're truly meant to do and the impact you're truly meant to have. So we're talking about all of the false thinking that goes on in our brain and in our, that we speak to ourselves that continually prevents us from going to the next level. Kathleen, awesome. I love the other side of the leap of faith. Yes. How many times have you made a financial leap of faith where you were investing in yourself to get support in some area of your life and you're like, OMG, why did I wait so long? If you've ever had that experience, I would love a thumbs up, hearts, right now, as I carry on with the false thinking. Okay, last one that I wanted to share with you before I move on in this discussion. The false thinking that keeps us playing small, that says that getting support means we are weak or inadequate or unworthy. The fourth one I want to share with you is this idea that I'll just get by for now, right? I don't have the money, or I'll just make it work right now. I'll just bootstrap it. I'll just work a little bit later into the evenings. I'll just ignore my children a little bit longer, or I'll just lean more heavily on my friends and spouse for now until I can make it big. Again, this is an excuse that actually delays our success. Thanks for the thumbs up. It really is a form of self-torture and self-denial when we think we have to do it all on our own. And that, this thinking that we need to struggle towards success or it's not legitimate, right? That unless we work the late hours and deplete our health and put on weight and, are resentful towards our husband or we're cranky with our kids, we think that we need to, that is a better outcome than actually investing in ourselves and getting the support to live more gracefully. The fact of the matter is that the longer that you try to do it all on your own or try to get by, the longer you delay your success, the longer you erode your health, the more pounds you put on because you're self-soothing with a bag of Oreos, or the longer you are, self-soothing with a box of wine, the longer you are being crabby and yet you're dumping on friends and family, the longer you deny yourself true support, the longer you bear the cost and slow your progress and growth. And the longer you hold yourself out from really creating the income and the impact that you are here to make. So do us all a favor and get the support you need so that you can help us and we can feel your impact in the world. Cool? Yeah. Tough love today here, ladies. And I am speaking directly to your higher self to stop the torture, stop the struggle. Because the old brag of, I'll just do it on my own, or, oh, I'm so busy, or the brag that you're so overwhelmed, or that it's so tough is old. It is not cool anymore. And the rising stars, the business leaders, and the big successful executives are getting it. They are surrounding themselves with a team of people that's not just a coach, although I am very fond of the people who do for obvious reasons, but it's bigger than that. It's a housekeeper, it's a personal assistant, it's a therapist or a marriage counselor, it's a personal trainer, it's a meal delivery service. It's all of these things contribute to you having to make fewer decisions in your day so that you preserve your unique genius, energy, and intellect to the area where you can have the biggest impact. And I'll show you an example of this. Do you want to see an example of what this might look like in a woman's life? Thumbs up, hearts. So this is an example of, this came out of a resource that I created for clients years ago. In fact, here's the date. 2013, I created this resource. And so this is a visual of what a success team can look like in your life. This is an example of what it was like for me, 2017, 5 years ago. Okay, right. Oh, Jenny says, hiring an employee can be expensive, but I found a gal who will contract. No WCB, no hardware, no pay, right? It doesn't have to be that complicated. So much easier. And they are also running their own business. So they are, see more of your comments, eager to complete the tasks so the best they can be. P.S. I have a name of a VA who is looking. Okay, cool. Okay. Thanks, Jenny, for that. You're right. Hiring support, often that's another false thinking. We tell ourselves it's going to be so complicated. It's going to be so difficult and expensive to hire the support we need. But there are so many creative ways. A contract arrangement, a temporary contract is a fantastic way to go if you are hiring new support in your business for the first time. Awesome. Okay. So getting back to what your success team can look like. Again, this was mine 5 years ago. I'm going to share it with you for visual inspiration. Are you ready for it? Okay, here it goes. Okay, so there is an outdated photo of me and my hair at the time. But can you see that? So imagine yourself in the center of, like, what do they call this? Like a bubble diagram. And radiating out from you, which is the center, is all forms of support. It can be task support, it can be strategic support, it can be emotional support. And you get to deem what is most or what's highest priority for you. What's going to make the biggest difference in your ability to focus. It's backwards due to the screen. Ah, crap. Okay, hold on. I'm going to switch my screen around. Thank you, Chantel. Okay, how's that? There we go. Okay, that's better. As I said, forgive the outdated haircut. This was like 2013. Okay, so imagine yourself in the center in place of my photo. Put your own photo there and decide. There's many areas of your life. I'm trying to get I don't know if you can read that. Think of support in terms of task, right? It could be at home with housekeeping, meal plan, grocery shopping, the kids. It could be task in your business, like web updates, email campaigns, marketing. It could be strategic support. This one right there. Strategic support is often, it looks like a coach, a mentor, a mastermind partner to help you sift and sort through the regular challenges of navigating your career and business. And then there's also emotional support, right? Friends and family, but also therapists, counselors, and a good coach even provides additional emotional support. And here's one of the things that I find. Okay, I'm going to switch my camera around. I find on the emotional support piece is that we often rely too heavily on our personal relationships for real deep emotional support. And this looks like, dumping on your friends or dumping on your spouse. Maybe you have a really stressful role, right? Where you've got a big team and big goals, and it's all on you to lead this team. And what happens is that we hold it together during the business day, right? Trying to be a leader for everyone else and look like we've got it all figured out. And what happens is we come home and we dump all over our kids and our spouse, and we rely too heavily on them for the emotional support that we need to carry the emotion, to process the challenges. And to be honest, it is a burden that our spouse and our children it is not theirs to carry. Yes, they love us and want to support us, but they can't be a therapist. They can't be a counselor to us. And as skillful as they are and as well as they know us and our quirks and our weaknesses, which is great, they are many times too connected, too invested to be really unbiased, right? There was a thought there. They are too invested in our journey to provide really impartial and powerful coaching. And that is why a good coach is worth more than the investment, because not only are they providing you strategic support, right? To sift and sort through business strategy and creating a vision that works, but they are also providing deep, deep emotional support for you to be able to air your frustrations, to say it like it is in a way that where you can be totally unedited and know that you're not going to be judged for being really candid. And as big thinking women in business, it comes with a lot of emotion. And so we need to have a safe place to process that, to let off the steam valve, and not have that complaining, whining, blaming, and that processing burdening the ones that love us the most. Does that make sense? So there's a little bit of a soapbox there in terms of getting emotional support and not completely burdening your kids, your parents, your friends, and your spouse to rely solely on them for that big, big piece of support. So think about the areas of your life where you need support. It could be task support, right? The actual getting stuff done at home or in business. It could be strategic support. So creating the big vision, creating the plan of how we're going to go from here to there. And the different ways of dodging and continuing to move forward. And thirdly, it's emotional support to process what's going on day to day, when unexpected challenges occur or when communications go awry. It's being able to air that emotional churn, sift and sort through it, and create a plan so that we don't get caught in that big spin of self-doubt and victimhood. Okay? So 3 areas of support that I want you to actually kind of do an audit in your own life and business of where you don't have adequate support. And the last thing I want to share with you is really transitioning into the imagine if. I want you to place yourself in some moment in time in the future where you actually have deep, luxurious, confident support on all areas. And just imagine this for a second. And you may want to even close your eyes to really get the biggest impact here. I want you to close your eyes and think for a second. What would life be like if you had a coach that you could rely on a weekly basis, a devoted conversation every week that you could sift and sort through whatever is happening, both on the personal side and the business side, so that you didn't get caught up in the drama, the blaming, the self-doubt that is normally plaguing us when we don't have that support. In addition to that, can you imagine having support at home, right? What would it be like if you actually had a personal assistant or a housekeeper that was keeping that all running smoothly, that kept the fridge stocked, that kept the house clean, so that when you came home from a day of work, you entered this place of this haven of sanitation and the right foods and things are clean and organized, and you truly can come home to a haven instead of a place of chaos and another reason to feel like, oh my God, I'm losing it. Imagine as well if you had someone that was actually looking out for your health. For this, it might be a nutritionist, a personal trainer, or a workout buddy that was thinking about you and what your health state is, and always pointing the way in terms of what foods to eat, what exercises to do, and keeping you accountable so that you didn't have to worry about that in addition to everything else. So think about that. What would life be like if you had a housekeeper, a personal assistant running errands, a coach helping you strategize your business success, a personal trainer looking out for your health? What if you had a therapist or a counselor that was regularly checking in on your most coveted relationships and keeping them healthy? What if you had a nanny that helped you with the kids? What if you had a massage therapist that was there restoring health to your body after a week of stress? Imagine. Can you imagine how graceful your life would be? Can you imagine how effective and how empowered and impactful you would be? Can you imagine how quickly you could create results, new income, new clients, new ideas? Can you imagine you being your best self? That is what is possible for you. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out and hire, 10 different people 10 different forms of support today. What I am saying is that what you need to do is flip the switch on the thinking that getting support means you're not good enough or it's a form of weakness. I want you to today make a decision that getting support is the fastest way to your success. Chantel, yes, it takes a village. Absolutely. That old saying that it takes a village to raise a child, it relates to us as well. It takes an entire village to create a rock star, to create a legacy and an empire and a life that truly sings. Amy says, I'm imagining, but the money scares me. Okay, so I'm saying, Amy, you don't have to hire 10 different people today. Go to that diagram that I shared with you around creating a real success team where you are the center of it, and surrounding you is a network of people supporting you in all areas of your life. And then step back and say, what's the most critical? What is the one form of support that's going to make the biggest difference to me, my business, and my personal life right now? And then find a way. Find a way, because there is always a way to create the success that we're meant to have. Okay? Don't take yourself out of the game thinking you got to do it all today. Do one piece and then do the next piece. Because I'll guarantee you, if you choose the right piece and get the support in the right area right now, it's going to unleash a whole new level of capacity, of creativity, of ability to grow your income, grow your business. And that is going to feed the well for the next level of support that you need. Okay? But you got to take the first step, right? I forget who, is it Nelson Mandela? I could be wrong, but it's like, we don't have to see the whole staircase. We just have to take the first step. And that's what this is all about, is flipping the switch from thinking that getting support means that I'm going to go into a world of debt or that I'm not good enough. Flipping the switch on that and saying, my success hinges on getting support so I can do what I am meant to do. Okay, awesome. Okay, ladies, I'm checking my time. Ooh, 9:35. Excellent. I'm going to stay on for another 5 minutes if you guys find value in that, to answer any questions you have. Hey, Shannon, thanks for being here. We've got Shannon, Amy, Chantel, Llewellyn, you are here. Jenny, you're here. Kathleen, Patricia. Ladies, thanks you for joining me today. I am so lit up about this message. The old brag of, I'm going to do it all on my own, or I'm so busy, is out, right? It is not cool anymore. The people who are truly lighting it up in this world are the ones that get over that and start to collect a team of support so they can truly have a big impact. Hi, Shannon. Shannon, I know you're joining us late. We're just wrapping things up, but I would love to know, as an established businesswoman, what was the first form of support you brought in to your business, and what difference did it make? If you're willing to share, I would love that. Ladies, that's a great question for the rest of you. So whether you are, a lawyer, an accountant, an engineer, someone inside your own business, or whether you are an entrepreneur running your own show, what is the area of support that is most critical, do you think, for your success? Maybe you know, or maybe you're still considering and strategizing what that form of support is going to be. What ideas do you have about where you need additional support? Post that now, or post your questions about anything I have shared. And as you are doing that, I'm going to go over my notes and make sure I have not missed anything. Patricia says, thank you, Heather, for always inspiring. My pleasure, Patricia. That is why I am here. I am so lit up, so passionate about talented women like you getting over our core issues and getting on with the impact we are here to make. And a big part of that means being supported in deep and rich ways. Not depleting, not overwhelming ourselves, and not staying on the sidelines because of this false thinking. Kathleen, I need a virtual assistant and a house cleaner. Boom. Do it. Yes. Virtual assistants, there are many, and they work lovely in terms of, you can hire them on an hourly basis, no lengthy employment contracts required. Amy says, I hired a research assistant, so I got better quality background in my journalism pieces. Lovely, right? You don't have to be the expert in all areas. In fact, by thinking you should be or you have to do it all on your own, you're actually reducing the quality of your results. Love that. Way to go, Amy. Shannon, hiring a bookkeeper allowed me to focus on higher level client activities. Absolutely. Right? And this isn't just about you. Oftentimes we hold ourselves back from hiring support because we think, who am I to hire support or be an employer? What does that say? How, big is my head? All of these things. When really, hiring support is job creation for other talented individuals that are there to create impact in their way, right? So Shannon, you hiring a bookkeeper means that you say yes, you give someone else who that's their jam an opportunity to have their impact, right? You lift other people up when you lift yourself up. Julian says a house cleaner is happening ASAP post renovation. Absolutely. Absolutely. The first time, fun story, love to share this. First time I hired a housekeeper, I was like, I don't know if I can afford this, right? I was trapped in this old false thinking. But I actually started to get into reality about how much time I was actually spending on a weekly basis cleaning my own home. And that was time that was taking away from me being with my kids, me doing additional marketing activities or serving additional clients. So I actually got into reality about how much time it was taking me to clean my house to the standard that I wanted it cleaned. And it was like 6 freaking hours a week. Now that's 6 hours that I could otherwise be hanging out with my kids, real present time with my kids or my spouse. Or it was 6 hours that I could have used marketing my services and getting new clients. So here's what I did. I took a leap of faith. No, I didn't have the $400 in my bank account to hire a housekeeper that month. But I invested at that level, $100 a week, to gain back that time. And what happened is I was very strategic. I took those 4 additional hours and made myself focused on marketing activities, additional marketing activities that month. And guess what? I increased my income more than double what I actually spent for a housekeeper. So that is the transformation that is available. When you strategically get support for areas that's not your zone of genius, that's not your money-making activity, not high value, and you claim and you gain that time back for the areas where you really are the expert, amazing expansion occurs. Shannon says, hiring a house cleaner has taken a huge weight off my shoulders. Absolutely. That's a great point, Shannon. It's not just the physical time it takes to complete a task, but there's a double blessing. You get your time and energy back, but you also, you get your time back, but there's an energetic gain as well that sometimes we miss until after we've done it, right? For you to step into that position where you are the woman who is cared for, that has a regular housekeeper, you hold yourself at a different level. You treat your clients and your kids and your spouse in a different way because you are valuing yourself at a higher level. It's hard to articulate that if you haven't experienced it, but you're absolutely right, Shannon. Not only do you gain back time, but you gain a whole nother layer of energy and confidence and the way you see yourself. Love it. I love these comments, ladies. Love them. Keep them coming. Any questions? Additional examples or thoughts? I always want to be respectful of your time, ladies. It is about 20 to the top of the hour. And I know we are busy ladies. So thank you for being here. Thank you for relying on me for some small version of inspiration, strategy, and support. You know that's my jam. That's what I'm all about. And I will continue to be here for you. So this is really a call out for you to step in to the next level of your success. It may take a leap of faith financially, energetically, but unless you make that leap, you are dooming yourself to playing small and staying in that trap of overwhelm, exhaustion, and not seeing results that you want. Carissa says, great message this morning. Thank you. And thank you, Carissa, because you were a big part of the inspiration for today. Earlier this week, we were having a conversation where it was really making that distinction that getting support is not a form of weakness. That's the old thinking. that getting support is the fastest way forward in your success. So thank you for that, Carissa. Amy, thanks for being here. Patricia, you as well. Ladies, go and have a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend if you are Canadian. And if you're not, have a great feast because you deserve it anyway. I know American Thanksgiving is coming up soon. So thanks, ladies, for joining. Love you all to bits. Thanks for being here. Mwah. Take care.